Oscar couldn't let it happen. I do believe he makes a strong case. Ryan Garcia in his exhibition fight, which was set to be his first fight back from the Devin Haney fight with a Japanese fighter named Anpo, has officially been canceled for the December date, and they're saying it's been postponed. In this video, I'm going to break down what is what, and you see the graphic I made. Now, make sure you follow me, link in the description. We just hit over 65,000. Shout out to everybody that followed me. Link in the description to all my social medias at Boxing Ego 1. Tap in. I'm not always able to make a video straight away, so that's how you can be plugged in with all things going on in boxing. Ryan Garcia versus Anpo. The fight has officially been postponed. I received correspondence from the promoter, and it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. The fight, it says King Ryan injures his wrist in training for his exhibition fight in Japan. Say it ain't so. And I'm going to read it. Los Angeles, December 15th. Boxing superstar King Ryan Garcia has injured his wrist in training camp, temporarily postponing his much anticipated exhibition showdown against Japanese kickboxing champion Rukaya Anpo that was set to take place Monday, December 30th in Tokyo, Japan. In an event presented by Rizon and Fanmio. The event will be rescheduled for a date in early 2025. Quote, I saw Mr. Ryan Garcia, it says, on December 12th for recently aggravated bilateral wrist pain, explained world-renowned specialist Dr. Steve Shin. You know, this is his clinic or whatnot in LA. I recommend that he hold off on sparring and boxing matches for several weeks. Treatment options will be discussed with Mr. Garcia after further evaluation. I've been eagerly preparing for my upcoming exhibition fight in Japan, training hard in Dallas over the past several weeks, said the disappointed Ryan Garcia. Unfortunately, I sustained a hand injury during training and returned to LA to be seen by the doctor, who has advised me to postpone the December 30th exhibition. Garcia says he does not expect the injury to prevent his eventual showdown with Anpo, who has traded increasingly nasty public barbs with Garcia throughout past month. Quote, this is only temporary setback, and I apologize to my fans, Fanmio, Rizon, and Anpo for the delay, added Garcia. No one is more disappointed than I am. Thank you for being supportive. So, as far as the December fight, the fight has officially been canceled. It's postponed. And for me, I can't speak for anyone else, but I know I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. All the years of me being in this boxing game, I like to say canceled rather than postponed, because postponed to me is not a guarantee. If you can't right here and now tell me when it's happening, what venue is happening, and the status of his injury, like I just read the actual quotes from the specialist and the doctor, and he says upon further evaluation. So nobody can really tell you anything. So why would I, in my mind, label this as postponed? It's just canceled until further review. Now, again, I'm not saying they can't restage it and reschedule it, but for me, anytime this happens, I just consider it a lost cause until we hear otherwise. So that's why if you look at my titles in situations like that, that's why it usually says canceled rather than postponed. Because again, people heal from injuries differently, right? Some people very quick. Some people, it takes more time to heal from an injury. Also, when you resume training, when you're cleared, you can end up re-aggravating that injury. If it happened once, it can happen again, right? So for me, for all intents and purposes, until I hear otherwise, the Anpo fight is canceled. I will be honest with you, and you guys heard me start off with the Oscar De La Hoya skit. I truly believe, I don't really believe the injury. I'm just being real. And, paint me skeptical in the world of boxing. I've just seen it all. It's a dirty sport, corrupt sport. Craziness happens. So it's just all too convenient. Like, for example, this fight was supposed to be in Tokyo, Japan, exhibition, canceled. Inoue had a fight in Japan, canceled. It got canceled too. Just literally yesterday or 2 days ago, Inoue's fight gets canceled. This guy gets cut. At least he's showing the cut, right? His fight gets postponed, canceled. And now you have it with Ryan Garcia. Now, again, the reason, so Japanese fights is falling off, like there's a virus out, these fights are just falling apart. The reason I'm skeptical of this Ryan business is because from the onset, there's been a couple things that have been pretty weird to me. And namely, when Ryan announced the fight with Oscar De La Hoya being his promoter, Oscar De La Hoya publicly came out and stated pretty much that it was going to be a problem. If he's like, Ryan, basically Ryan's my fighter. He's under contract and he not fighting unless I sign off on it. So he also said on his Clapback Thursday that Ryan and his team staged this fight and they circumvented his company. And he was like, you guys, what would you do? He's my fighter. I have him under contract and they try to scoot around me. So to be honest, to me, this is a patsy. The whole random wrist injury, how convenient. What I truly believe is happening, and again, maybe I'm just paranoid. I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm telling you my opinion. It's my channel. I'll tell you my opinion on my channel. Okay. Right? What more than likely happened to me is not this whole wrist injury business, because that's why it's saying postponed as opposed to cancel, right? Even though I told you my definition of cancel, postponed. But the reason why I believe they're saying postponed is because they probably will stage the Anpo fight again, but they have to go over the particulars and, maybe put Golden Boy logo on the flyer and compensate Golden Boy, or somehow revise it and include him in the contracts or whatever. And we're halfway through December. The fight was supposed to happen pretty much in 2 weeks. So they probably don't have enough time to do that and get everything cleared. And from a legal standpoint, De La Hoya probably has dibs on Ryan Garcia's next fight. So that's what I think happens. I think that Golden Boy, and I mean, he told you. He said nothing goes down. You remember King of New York, Frank White, Christopher Walken. You see, and Guy, how come you didn't visit me when I was in jail? Nothing goes down unless I'm involved. Remember, he was like, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. And that's what the boy De La Hoya did. That's what Fishnets did. He said, you need my sign off to make this happen. And then coincidentally and conveniently, the boy De La Hoya skipped Clapback Thursday and hasn't done one in a couple weeks or so. And then this happened, right? So he ain't been talking. He probably been checking with the lawyers on the contract and probably getting away and creating that roadblock. That's what I personally think happened. I don't care what y'all talking about. I'm just reporting the news, but I'm giving you my views. Now, the boy Anpo is probably going to talk trash because he's been talking trash, and now it looks like Ryan's ducking. That's what, anytime somebody pull out, that's what people say. Say somebody ducking. So it is what it is. But Anpo, look for him to come out and probably release a statement after this video. As far as December 30th, the fight, no go. Pay-per-view, no go. He did have a scheduled fight before, Devin Haney, which I talked about, but now he doesn't. And for me, like I've already told you, I personally think it has to do with the whole Golden Boy situation rather than Ryan truly being injured. You guys might feel different. If you do, let me know in the comment section, or if you agree with me, because it's not about just disagreeing. I'll be making a lot of good points. So if you agree with me, let me know that too in the comment section. But that's the latest, the fight with Anpo live from Tokyo. Who knows? They're saying postponed. We'll see. Ryan has a wrist injury. Look at the flick of the wrist. Woo! Look at that flick of the wrist. Woo!